Hello and welcome to another episode of Can I Make 20%? This one's going to be slightly different. On my prior Can I Make 20% videos, I've always done it just on the spot value of silver. This one I will try and pick out the slightly better things and then work it out that way. So you'll get a total that is the silver content, and then you'll get a total that I think it may or may not go for. So that way I can give you an insight on how I do it rather than just doing it the easy way. So in terms of this lot, I've paid $313.36 as you can see from the invoice. Now to work that out, I think that's going to be about $370, $380. So I'll just quickly do it on the calculator. I'll just do 313 times 1.2. So 375 we need. In terms of a straight silver, the spot price was 128 at start of the day, so we need 293 and change in terms of grams. Let's call it 293 and a half. So let's get into it. So before I get to these are fully silver. I know that this was the big lot I bought. This will have some nicer bits in. This lot here, I don't really know what it is, so I'm going to take this bit off the table for now. I'm going to put it in a pot I have. Cool, that's a bit nice. Look at that. Don't see many of them. Right, let's go through this. Now this is worth about £5 before I've even looked at it. Not silver, but they are very collectible. I've been stockpiling these. One day I'll just ping them off. Alright, let's go through this. That's another crown. It's not worth £5. I knew there was silver in this, so this individual lot I paid £50 for. I didn't know exactly what was in here. The pictures weren't fantastic, but they weren't bad either. So let's put that there. As per usual, I'll get rid of the copper first. Old 10p, fantastic. That's 1948. That's not copper. As you can see, there's silver in it straight away. Ah, that's a token. I wasn't sure what that was. I thought it could have been silver, but put those in the pot. You'll see some coins that you might not see all too often. That's another old 10p. That's a token. I am actually bidding at auction as we speak. I might check that in a second. That's a cent from somewhere. Netherlands. Nederlando. It's another crown. Have I won anything at auction? We'll find out. It's worth about 20p. Threepence. That's very old. So that's the copper off the table. Right, that's a token. This I believe is a token. I don't think this is silver. When I was doing a bit of digging on this, it suggested it could potentially be silver, but I'm not convinced. Right. This is silver. I'm pretty sure that's 720. That's not silver. This is silver, I believe. So 1848. I'm pretty sure this is billion, so 40% billion. 1948. Sweden. Swedish krona. Mister. Yep, 0.4. There's another one. I'm pretty sure this is 0.4 as well. I'm going to quickly check for the date. 62. Pretty sure that's 1962. Yep, 0.4. So if we arrange it up the top, Gothic florin, so that's 0.925, 0.720, 0.925, that's just a generic crown. That's non-silver. Non-silver. Another crown. 46, so that's 0.5. 95, 720, 5, 4. I'm pretty sure this is silver. I've not personally had one in the past. It does feel like silver. I don't know about this. It's not a coin I know. I'm going to have to do some further digging on this. I'm going to put that on the maybe pile. I have seen this design, but I'm not sure on it. Oh, there's another bit of copper. That's 925. 925. 925. 925. That's Swiss. That's worth about 16, 17 pence. That's non-silver. This is so old, I have no idea. I can't even tell. With stuff like this, I always put it in the 0.5 because I always assume it's British. Right, so we're looking okay for this. I'm going to quickly weigh it up. Yeah, they're tokens. That's Swiss. Don't go down there. Don't go over there. Actually, I won't quickly weigh it up. I'll do the other coins on top because it's one bundle. Now, there's some coins in here. Please excuse me, I'm going to sip a coffee. There's some coins in here that they're worth clearly more than... Like this coin here, you know, that's worth more. This is definitely worth more. Same with this. That's a nice example of that. These are 0.5. Anything that's worth a bit more, I'll put underneath. This I think is worth a bit more. again, crowns are worth a bit more. This is definitely worth a bit more. So I do think there's lots to choose from. This might be worth a little bit more. Old coin. Right, and back to the $44, $46. Lots of free pences, so I'm going to quickly go through them. $36. It's old. I'm not sure we hit the target on this one, and that's okay, you can't hit it on all of them. I didn't hit it on the last one either. I think that's part of the fun of it though. As long as there's enough to recoup the outlay and then a bit extra, I don't really mind doing that. It gets rid of postage, keeps me entertained, preoccupied. That's older. $39. I think there's too much of the 0.5 myself. These are all 0.5. $9.25, $3.20. Yeah, I think it's going to be too much of the 0.5s myself, but we shall see. There is a small amount of add-ons. Let's get into it. Let's make sure I've got everything ready. Move this over. This I'm unsure about, so I'm just going to leave it off for now. 0.4s. Alright, calculator. So we've got 13.86. So 13.86 times 0.4. There's 5.54 in terms of grams here. We'll do the 720 next. 4.95. I do like the Dutch coins. You probably know that by now because I say it every video. 0.720. So 4.95. 0.72. 3.56 grams. Right, 0.5s here. So this is just the stuff I consider a spot play myself, including that one coin which I couldn't distinguish what it was. So we've got dead on 60 grams, so 0.5. I don't need a calculator for that one, do I? 60.00 equals 30 grams, dead on. this is where I need to be a bit savvy in how I do things. So let's get a piece of paper and write it down. So we've paid 313.36. So 313 divided by 1.28, because that's what the spot price was. We need 244 grams, 0.81. So currently spot price, we've got 0.4, 0.720, 0.5 and 0.925. So I'm going to quickly do these ones. This is so I can show you the variance. So 0.925 equals 49 and 33. So 49.33 times 0.925, which gives us a total of 45.63 grams. Now this is where we can work out if I've got enough just in the silver content alone to cover it, or if I need to rely on the collectible side of it to kind of bolster it a little. So looking at it, we've got 45.63, 30, 3.56, 5.54. Right. So 5.54 plus, I could do it in my head, but I don't want to give you false numbers, plus 75.63. So from what we've gone through already, we've got 84 and 73 grams. And then for the 50%, we've got 28.33. For the 90%, the sterling, sorry, got 101.32.89 times 0.925. 122.92. So if we add that with 28.37, plus 84, so we're actually below what we need to break even if we do it just on the silver content. So we've got 236 grams and change. We need 244.88. Now we can work out on the collectible side of it just because this is a tutorial. So this is what you would have had. So these are the scrap and this is the silver content. So if we work out 84.73, and then we can work out where we think the rough value is elsewhere. So you times that by 1.28 because that's the spot price, times 1.28. So we've got 108 and 45 on that side. Now looking for it, I think these two coins here are probably worth between 20 plus post to 25. Let's call it 40 quid. So I'm going to do it after the postage price. So 40 quid for the pair. You got 3 of these. I think they're probably worth 120 for the 3 after post, plus 120. This is a 4 florin, I think. I think you'll get 30 quid out of this. I think you might get 30 out of this, and I'd push for 30 out of this. Let's call that 65. So looking at the numbers, what I think it could go for is, you got 105 plus 120, 225. Gives you a total of around 335, give or take. So no, we haven't hit the 20% on this occasion, but we do have some odd bits such as the crown and a bit of copper. So not the best one, but not the worst one. Take care, guys. Bye.